Hey guys, how you doing? Brad Bodnerchuk here, and this is the first one of these that I've done. I actually don't even know what this is, but we're rolling with it. And I'll be very honest with you, I'm not in a fancy studio. I am definitely in my dining room. The camera is on top of a table, and I'm writing on paper on a wall that I'm afraid that the ink is gonna go through. But you know what? I'm inspired, so I'm just gonna go with it. And quickly, on that point, on inspiration, before I get into the topic of what I really wanted to share today, what I was inspired to share, you guys may have heard me talk about it before, but I'm gonna mention it again. If you haven't read the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, I encourage you to dive into that book. Elizabeth Gilbert also wrote Eat, Pray, Love. In Big Magic, she talks about inspiration being a living, breathing thing. Inspiration chooses all of us at certain times. I'm sure maybe throughout your day today, you've been inspired or had a certain idea, and maybe you acted on it or maybe you didn't. And what Elizabeth Gilbert shares in Big Magic, amongst other things, is that you have an opportunity when you're inspired to either move on it or allow it to pass. And if you allow it to pass, if we allow it to pass, then it will go find someone else. But it needs to be nurtured, it needs to be fed, it needs to be acted upon. And that's why I'm here today, potentially ruining the paint on our walls with my camera on top of our dining room table, because I was inspired. And I was inspired by a podcast that I was lucky enough to record yesterday with my good friend Francis Pichet. And we talked about something that I've been challenged by the last little while, I'll be honest with you. But I'm working now to combat that. And I'll tell you what it is. It is my, see if I can write it here big enough for you guys, beliefs. My beliefs in myself, my beliefs in my business, my beliefs in my ability. And I understand, because of coaches that I've had and mentors that I have, that beliefs are the cornerstone in which everything else begins. And beliefs and our thoughts become our reality. So whatever you choose to believe, it will become your reality. But before we get to the reality, there are steps that very naturally occur. So once we have our beliefs established, next comes the emotions. From our beliefs, we then naturally have emotions. So if I believe that I actually am unstoppable, if I believe that I am the world's best father, if I believe that I'm here to share important messages and uplift people, that will automatically begin to come over me in the way of emotions. It'll come over me in the way of whether I'm happy or glad or motivated or encouraged or inspired like I am right now. Those are all emotions that stem from the beliefs. So beliefs kick off emotions. And then what do emotions do? Emotions lead to actions. Emotions, when we feel something, we feel a certain way about something, it is going to create movement in our lives. And I don't always, because I say other things, but I always say motion creates emotion. So action, which is motion, creates emotion, creates us to feel things even more. We start with the emotions of feeling happy or feeling inspired. Again, like I am with this video, that emotion of inspiration then causes me to take action. That action then, as we do more and more of those things, as we take more and more action, it results in that, results. Like I said off the top, beliefs will get you results. What you believe in your mind, in your body, in your heart, in your soul will manifest in your reality, will manifest in your results. But the steps between those are the emotions that come from those beliefs. And then from those emotions, those actions that we take will give us result. This is an equation that cannot be denied. It exists in all of us. And I wanted to share it, and perhaps you've seen it described as thoughts, feelings, same thing, different word. But this actually came from one of my most impactful coaches and one of my good friends, Niyi Sobo. It breaks down to B-E-A-R, bear. And one that just sounds cool, because bears are cool. But for me, it is a constant reminder that for me to get to where I want to go, to experience the results that I want to experience, regardless of what you are trying to achieve in your life in regards to results, you have to understand that the actions matter not, the emotions matter not, if you don't have this checked off. There has to be a fundamental belief that it can or it will be your reality. You have to believe you are that person already. You have to believe that it is possible. Whether it's going to the moon or breaking the 4-minute mile, there has to be a belief first, and then and only then do these next steps take place. Again, beliefs first, then our emotions, then the actions, and the actions give you results. I encourage you to write this down somewhere, not on your wall with a permanent marker like me, where it's gonna go through on the paint and you're gonna upset people, but write it down in a book somewhere. Write it down on a post-it note and put it on your mirror, and understand, as I'm working to re-solidify with myself, that everything starts with belief. The results you have in your life right now are because of beliefs that you have, and the results in my life as well. And that puts you in control. And how beautiful is that? We all would love more control in our lives. I encourage you guys to double down on your beliefs and see how they impact the emotions that you feel, the actions that you take, and the results that you experience. I appreciate you all. I'll be doing a lot more of these, and hopefully not ruining the paint and the table and the camera, but stay tuned for more. Any feedback, any questions, reach out anytime. I appreciate you guys. Have an incredible day. Be ridiculously good to each other, and we'll chat soon. Peace.